Gibraltar managed to collect a record-breaking 26 medals at this year's Island Games, which is fantastic and well done to all who took part. But this week, the community feature takes a look behind the scenes, not at Team Gibraltar, but at Team GBC, the unsung heroes who reported on all the week's events and kept us up to date back here on the Rock.
So we had a really busy week in Gotland, and flying out was a trek in itself because we technically had to get 2 flights, and I hate flying. So I'm sure that my colleagues will tell you that they don't want to fly with me ever again. Then the rest of the week, Gibraltar did so well. We thought that maybe the first few days would be really busy and then it would die down maybe Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. That did not happen. People kept getting to finals, which meant we had to work harder. So kept us on our toes. We were working, well, from like 8 to 8, and then obviously in the evening we had to plan for the following day, provide for Radio AM and looking ahead to the lunchtime. So technically we haven't slept for a week.
And so how was Gotland itself?
Gotland was beautiful. It's like it's lovely little like cottages, lots of forests. It's actually better than what I thought, and I would never really have had the opportunity to go to Gotland. I would never have really gone on holiday there, so it was quite good to be able to be given the opportunity to go there and see what it was.
So I was one of a team of 5. We had 2 reporters, including myself, me and Mel. There was Alistair Sanchez, who was kind of the jack of all trades. He was editing a little bit, cameraman a little bit, and then there was Liz, who was also camera operating. She proved to be the peacemaker over the course of the week. We all cracked at some point or another, but Liz managed to keep her cool and keep everything together. And of course, the man with the plan, good old Darren Durante. He's the full-time cameraman, and this was his 3rd or 4th Island Games. So his experience and knowledge was vital.
And so it must have been a really busy week with all sorts of things going on. Tell me about how it was to organise all of that and just cope.
So we pre-planned before we arrived in Gotland that Mel, being a mother, would probably be best to have the sort of the organisational role. So she kind of told us at the start of every day what we'd be doing, which worked to a certain extent.
I will have to agree with them because I'm a bit of an OCD, crazy kind of person. I'm sure my husband will agree with that also. I've been to the games before, so I knew that it was going to be extremely hectic. Alistair and Robin hadn't. And I think they kind of thought they were going to have a little bit of a holiday, you know, go out, have a drink here and there, and it was not the case.
You guys were busy posting lots of updates for us on Facebook, giving us things for radio, etc. What were you hoping to capture the most while you guys were out there?
The buzz of the place, I suppose. I mean, it was my first Island Games. Mel was in Jersey 2 years ago. It was my first time, and I wasn't really sure what to expect, although they'd said it was, you know, intense, exciting, all this. I still didn't really quite know what to expect until I got there. And then as soon as you go to the opening ceremony, there's a real, like, electricity around the whole place. And it was that I was trying to kind of reflect back to Gibraltar through radio or whatever we were doing. Facebook Live, all this modern technology, Facebook Lives, tweets, this, that, the other, Instagram. It was really cool. It was extremely stressful, like trying to remember everything. We had the morning deadline, the lunchtime deadline, the news reporting, like I said, the tweeting, the Facebooking, the Instagram, the medal alerts. It was non-stop, and I've been told by a few family members that I've got a few more white hairs on my head, so that says something.
Yeah, the thing is that all the sports seem to all happen at the same time. We had our deadline, which was 7 o'clock. And then all the sports in the evening usually all roughly finished at around 8 o'clock. So it was quite tough getting all the reports in. Obviously they had to write the reports, get the results, and then go over all the footage and mount everything together. So yeah, a lot of work, a lot of stress.
The one thing that I kind of thrived on, which is probably not a good thing, was watching Alistair get very mad. He's a very calm person. I remember at the end of the first day, he was like, Mel, like tomorrow can you make sure that I'm doing more things? Like if there's an event that I need to get some footage, please send me. Like he was there for editing, but he was more than happy to do other things. And then come 6:30, we'd turn up to the media centre and he was like, ah! Everything else would be beeps. And I was like, ha ha. You weren't expecting this.
Alistair, I should say, is probably the most laid-back person in the world. Any more laid-back and he'd fall over. But even our poor timekeeping skills had him like raging in our faces, like giving us real earfuls, and it was just the shock of seeing someone so laid back, so not laid back, having reached boiling point. That was probably the highlight for me.
My highlight probably had to be either the men's basketball or it was the Harvey who won 2 gold medals. Yeah, that was really impressive to watch. But also the final day of handing over the final report, and we could finally sit back and relax and have a drink. So, yeah.
I think basketball, but purely because there was a lot of controversy behind the women's with the issue with one of the fixtures with the Cayman Islands. The men's basketball was amazing from start to finish. Again, they played against the Cayman Islands, came second. I think we ended on a low, which was not good because Jersey, they got a bronze and we were super excited for them, and then this time around they came second and we were very disappointed. So that was a high, but also I have to mention the swimming because throughout they got to the finals and then they'd come fourth. So by the last day, which I was there, it was like, I want you to come at least third, and it was like, no. So disappointing for them, but.
We had our ups and downs, we had a few arguments along the way, but I think that just proved that we all really cared about the final product, and I think from what I've seen, it was pretty good.
Have you got any kind of interesting or funny anecdotes from behind the scenes that you can tell us and share with us that are okay for TV?
Like what happened between us?
Or just behind the scenes, that kind of thing?
Let me think. Behind the scenes stuff.
No dirt to spill.
What happens in Gotland stays in Gotland.
I like it.